Welcome, everybody. This is Live Younger Now, lynlive.com. I am so happy to be with you tonight. And tonight we have such a great duo. We've got Adam and Sally, who are the creators of the bioenergetic discs. And I'm thrilled to have them here. And I want to just throw out a question for you to kick this off. And that is, can you tell us a little bit about the background of this and why these bioenergetic patches are at the forefront of what's happening now in energy medicine?
Go ahead, you.
Oh, I think okay.
Yeah.
Hello everybody. I'm Adam and this is my wife Sally. As far as our background, for me, this started about 13, 14 years ago, when I met Sally, and she was already doing the patches. She was doing some testing of people, and she was working out of a health food store. So what I would do is I'd walk around and just talk to people. And that's when she just kind of put a patch on me, just kind of like slapped me on the back, right? Good boy, good boy. And about 30 minutes later, she asked me how my knees were. And a little background on that, I played soccer my whole life, on very horrible turf, and my knees and my ankles were worse for it. So she put a joint patch on me, and within 30 minutes, there was no joint pain. And it was just amazing. And that's really how I got my start with the patches, was just through Sally.
And I started, hi everybody. I started using patches probably 16 years ago, maybe. I lose count, but it's been quite a while. I've always had a passion to help people. And when my kids got older, I actually became a licensed massage therapist so I could help some of them with their migraines and different things. And through that, I found some other electric things that people do that deal with frequency. And that actually led me to the patches by one of the clients that I had. And I started using the patches, and they were a little bit different, not quite as effective as the ones that we have now, but they still were very effective. And I just fell in love with them. It was like, frequency is the future, and the body is an electromagnetic field that just walks around, all day long. And so our systems resonate with that frequency, and it just made sense to me. And I was like, this is just so perfect for the body to just be able to put a patch on and let the energy just do its work and let the body do what it was created to do. So it just made so much sense to me. I just fell in love with them. I was able to not take as many supplements and just use patches and get great results. And I've just been a firm supporter of patches for a long time. And I just see them continuing to grow and get better, and just very excited about what we're doing here.
So why are these different? I've been in natural healing and energy medicine for more than 50 years. I've tried all the other patches, and I was never really excited about them. But the first time I put on one of your patches, I went, oh my gosh, I can feel that. And we know, Nikola Tesla says, if you want to know anything, you go to energy, frequency, and vibration. And I think if you want to solve anything around health, you go to energy, frequency, and vibration. So that's what we've got in these bioenergetic patches. I absolutely love them. But the first time I put one on, I went, oh my God, this is so much better than anything I've ever seen. What makes these better? How are these different than other things that are out there?
Having the iHercules in them is a big component of why these are so much better. They're really good because of the way that they're processed and manufactured, so that they have the two layers. The bottom layer that doesn't, it's hypoallergenic. So almost everybody can wear it, which is a big plus. And then you put the frequencies in there that are really, really good. But then you add the iHercules onto that, and it just makes these things out of this world that they're just so effective because you're just bathing your body in just really good frequencies. Whichever patch you're choosing, you're just bathing your body 24/7 every day. And you're just a electromagnetic field that just walks around and is able to pull in the really good energy. And these patches, it's just a wearable technology where people might have a foot massager, or they might have a TENS unit, or some people have a Rife machine, or they have a back massager. Those are all technologies that you wear. Well, this one is just wearable, that you just put it on and you can wear it, so you can take it with you, take it on vacation, where you can't take a big machine or something on vacation. You can't take your sauna on vacation, but these are a wearable technology that you can take any place.
What a great explanation. I love that. So iHercules, I mean, iHercules is the most important product on the planet. There's absolutely nothing like it. Top molecules from 44 of the most powerful plants on the planet. And all of those frequencies are on us 24/7. I do iHercules, I spray it all day long. But in between, what you're saying, 24/7, these patches are on us, and they bathe our bodies in these frequencies immediately. I mean, even putting it under my tongue, it's not as immediate as putting a patch on and having all of these frequencies available to my body to just take what it needs. That's the thing about bioenergetic discs. And, the other thing that's different is you leave these on for 3 days at a time. And they don't, I've heard somebody say, oh, they have to be on the skin and it works with the moisture in the skin. That's not even true. Adam told me when he was on last week that, he puts his on a business card, sticks it in his pocket. And isn't that different than the other patches as well? Sally? Uh-oh. Sally, Adam, are you there? Can you hear me? I think they just froze. Donald, are you
There
are
we
you,
go.
Okay. Are you here?
yeah, what just happened? You got a green
Our-
screen behind you all of a
Our
sudden.
electricity went out in our office. We don't know why. Our
Oh,
lights
no.
and our computer went out, so we're doing it from a phone.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was quick thinking.
Yeah. So well,
You must be using those mental clarity patches.
must be, so they're helping. Yeah, we don't know what happened. All of a sudden we were gone. You can sit down, it's fine, Adam.
Wow, okay.
My little stand.
Well,
Put this on.
there are 8 different types of patches. And I would love to go through these with you. Every single one of them has all of the frequencies from iHercules. And then they also have frequencies that ground, really take to ground the energetic, all that, the frequencies that are not, there's good frequencies and bad frequencies. And all of our technologies, our phones and computers and microwaves and refrigerate, everything. And then all the stuff that's through the air. And if you live in a condo and then you've got everybody else's there's so many frequencies that interfere with our bodies and our minds. And these patches take frequencies to the ground, take them out of our bodies and into the ground. So, I mean, that's such a blessing. So they're still running around back there.
I'm gonna lower the camera just a hair.
Okay. Oh,
All right, that's good.
all right. So, I've got a couple questions that are coming in here.
What happens when you do these things live? You can't pause the video and start again.
I know it, that's true. can I cut a patch to use on my dog, or do I need to use the whole patch?
I would use the whole patch. It would just last for longer. We don't recommend cutting the patches up or doing anything, but obviously a dog weighs a lot less than a human, so it's going to last a lot longer than just the 3 days.
Gotcha. And I love the animal questions, because somebody asked me right away, how do I put a patch on my cat? And I'm going, oh my God, I don't know. Do you shave it and stick it on? And I mean, and then they would just tear it right off. No, I said, no, put it on the inside of their collar. Made sense.
Yeah.
Since you could put the sleep patches like in your pillow, so they don't have to be right on you. And then Adam said that he puts one on a business card, puts it in his pocket, as
Right.
long as it's in your energy field. So
Yeah.
if you just wrap a patch around the dog or cat's collar, it's gonna work just fine. And we've got loads of testimonials around that.
Yeah,
So
and you can also put it on, if they have a tag, like a name tag or a rabies tag or something, you can actually put the patch right on that too.
gotcha. Yeah, as long as it just needs to be in the energy field. And the other patches aren't like that either. They say they have to be on the skin.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, these are so much better than anything I've ever seen. So there's 8 different kinds. Can we go through all 8 of those and talk about, like what's in them, what do they do? And
Sure.
all right, what's your favorite one, Sally?
Well, I think my favorite one is the pain and inflammation,
And why is that?
because it helps so many people. There's so many people that have aches and pains and they have inflammation, and especially the older you get, the more aches and pains that you have. And I just find so much helpful frequencies in this one that it just seems to help everybody that tries it. That it's just one of my favorite.
Well, everybody's got inflammation, and if they've got inflammation, they've got pain.
Right.
I think that's probably one of the biggest sellers too.
Okay.
I'm looking at another question here. Ricardo says he has a sound frequency machine. Would the frequencies of the machine interfere with the eye patches?
As far as putting the patches on and using the machine,
Yeah.
they probably won't, as long as you don't put, like if you have an adapter or something that you put on yourself, you don't put that right on the patch. But once again, you're not going to cause anything in the patch to be negative. You're not going to take away the frequencies. And if some of the sound waves happen to get onto the subharmonic substrate, you'd actually be doing yourself more benefit. So it would be very beneficial to wear them while you're using a sound machine.
Good. I don't think there's nothing negative. I mean, almost everything has negative side effects. Not these. There's
No.
there's nothing negative, because your body, a miracle that it is able to pick and choose what it needs from these eye patches. And if there's something on it that it doesn't need, it doesn't use it.
Right.
So that's the miracle of these.
Yeah, I've used them on 3-day-old babies. I've
Yeah.
used them on people that are, elderly, have pacemakers and lots of chronic problems, and, couldn't do a whole lot, and put a patch on them and they noticed a difference. So there's nobody that you could
Can't
say,
benefit
well,
from
yeah, that wouldn't benefit from them.
Yeah. So Adam, what's your favorite patch?
Oh, probably the mental clarity.
Tell me about it.
Um, the basis of that patch is the one that Sally introduced me. That was the second one I tried. And I was diagnosed a long time ago with adult ADD, and that patch changed my life.
Really? What
Changed
kind
my
of
life.
things? What did you notice? And how soon?
I had brain fog, brain
fog in your
fog. I had brain fog. That gummit. I could not see. I couldn't form thoughts. I couldn't
have any visions in my head. It was all foggy.
Mm.
Whenever, especially when I was stressed, and that has a little bit of stress relief frequencies in it. It helped me concentrate. It just, I could form sentences. I could plan my days out. I had energy. I mean, it really just solved a lot of the problems that I was having at the time.
So let's talk about those two patches, pain and inflammation and mental clarity. Let's do pain and inflammation first. What are the kinds of frequencies that are in there besides iHercules and frequencies that ground energetic?
Yeah. Well, let me just give you a quick synopsis of what is in all of the patches, and then I'll tell you
Okay.
about the pain and inflammation. So
Okay.
obviously, the iHercules is in all of the patches, and I just think that that's so wonderful because you're getting the nutrition, the cellular nutrition, you're getting the molecules, you're getting the actual substances that you need in the iHercules, and then you're getting the frequency by using the patch. So your body is getting the best of both worlds and it's able to utilize everything it needs. So it's just like a perfect marriage. So that's why it's so important to have the Hercules in all of these patches. It also has some frequencies from the macrocarpo tree, which helps to alleviate negative energy, because we can all have negative energy that will, just come around us. Sometimes you just, for no reason at all, you just start to feel down, or you just feel off, or somebody walks in a room and you're like, wow, I can really feel that. So it just helps to balance you out and keep you more positive. We also have Mother Earth mineral frequencies in all of the patches. So we wanted to put some things in there that are going to help you to be grounded, but they're not quite as strong as what the electronic chatter protection is. And then besides the grounding frequencies, we also have the hops bush frequencies in there. So there's just a small array of frequencies to go with the iHercules that are just going to really help to benefit you from the patches even more by having those frequencies in them. So then with a pain and inflammation patch, we have frequencies in there that are going to help you to increase your movement and your mobility. So as you are able to alleviate some of the stiffness, some of the inflammation, you're going to be able to have some more movement, mobility. And what I found with people is sometimes they don't realize what they're doing. Like if you're getting up without all the aches and pains, you don't necessarily notice that you're getting up without all the aches and pains. It's kind of like if you don't have a headache, you don't really notice it until you get one back. So that's why we ask people to take an assessment of how they feel, how they move, rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. So then go back to it in a few days or a few hours or, weeks, however long they want. And they can kind of keep a running, just mental note of how they're doing with it. Then obviously
that is so smart. And you're so right on. When you start feeling better, you forget what you had.
Yeah.
You start feeling more like yourself. I tell everybody to journal what you've got going on, and then to give it a number, and then the next day and the next day to do that, because people forget.
They forget, and all the you think, oh well, I'm I still hurt a little bit and I don't notice anything, and then you say, well, but it didn't hurt to get up off the couch and I walked 10 blocks, as opposed to, can barely get off the couch. And it's so easy to forget, which is a wonderful blessing to forget. But if you want to keep track of the patches, it's kind of good to journal it or write it down so that you can keep track of it, to remind yourself just how far you've come.
Yeah.
So then we also do have some frequencies in the pain and inflammation patch to specifically help nerve inflammation, because that's another big one with people, just besides overall inflammation, is nerve inflammation. Especially the older you get, you really can notice some of those issues with that. So I thought that was important to put that in the patch. And we also have some TENS frequencies in there, which are really great for helping with pain. And then we have just a few other things like patchouli oil, arnica, that are just homeopathics and essential oils that are really good with pain. And then a really interesting one that we have in there is the frequencies of a yellow light. And if you they're really hard to find, but if you go find a yellow light that has an actual element in it, not just a light bulb. So it's not like go to Lowe's and get a bug light. You have to get one with an element in it. And if you put it on injuries and broken bones, it will actually increase the healing of it. So that's why we put the yellow light in there, so that it's going to help people to not only alleviate their pain and inflammation, but help them to heal if they need it.
That's a question people ask me all the time. Well, I know this might get rid of the pain, but will it actually cause healing to happen? So real
It
glad.
can very well. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? I mean, this is the energy, this is the time of energy, frequency, and vibration, and we are on the leading edge of this.
Yeah.
I'm so thrilled for both of you to be doing this and sharing this information with us.
Yeah, and let me just give you a real quick testimony. It's not specific to the patch, but it is to the yellow light, and I think it might help people. I actually have a cousin, and this was way before I got into stuff. It was probably 25 years ago, and I might not say it right, but he had that Guillain-Barré,
Mhm.
and he had a lot of trouble walking. He was almost in a wheelchair. He had fallen and he had broken his knee, and he had been about 6 months, and the doctors were saying, we don't think that this is going to heal. It's not doing very well. And, you're probably going to be wheelchair bound. And I actually took him out a yellow light, and he put it on his knee and went back to the doctor 6 weeks later. They were absolutely amazed at the healing that he had, and he never ended up going into a wheelchair. So that's one of the, the things that why I wanted to put the yellow light in there, was because I found it so helpful for people to have those frequencies.
There's such a range of frequencies that you've put in here. Nutrients and minerals and homeopathics and flower essences and crystals. And I mean, light frequency. I love it. I don't think there's any patches out there that have this full range so that you can bathe your body in that 24/7.
Yeah.
And your body can just pick and choose what it needs. I mean, there's nothing better than this. And
Yeah.
you feel it right away.
We don't have enough life frequencies in our world. We have too many negative things coming against us. And these are life frequencies that are going to help bring life and longevity and healing to your systems.
I love it. I love it. Hey, Donald, do we have any testimonies on the pain and inflammation patches? Does anybody have any testimonies that they'd
Yes, we
like to
do.
share?
We have one from Maria.
Maria, would you come on?
Hello, my name is Maria Gould. This is from British Columbia, Canada. I just wanted to share really quickly about how amazing I am finding the pain and inflammation patches. The eye patch from NuXtrax for pain and inflammation has completely changed how I manage pain. I can have problems with my lower back that causes my legs to go numb, and it can be excruciating. And normally I take severe muscle relaxants to get control over this, and it takes sometimes days to get it under control. I can put on a pain and inflammation patch, and within moments, literally moments, my pain is better. It's been a lifesaver, and it's saving all parts of my body. Those medications can be hard on our organs. So thank you, iPatch. Thank you, NuXtrax, for these amazing patches. I am loving them. Thank you for helping me manage my pain. Go and get back to your person that shared this video with you, and make sure you get your iPatch for pain and inflammation today.
Thank you, Maria. Doesn't that make you feel good? Look at how many lives you're changing. So
That's
sorry.
wonderful. It's just wonderful to hear testimonies like that, because that has a severe impact, on her life, and not only her life, but her family's, because she feels so much better and she's able to do more, that that's, to me, that's what life is all about. It's helping other people to attain what they're supposed to attain.
Absolutely. And these are so easy to share. It's a big deal to talk about frequency and everything with people, but to say, if somebody has pain, to say, oh, here, I have something that might help. Let me put this on you and let me know how this, does. I mean, anybody can do that. You don't have to be
You'll even find yourself in restaurants and other places overhearing people and be like, I have something that will help that. And you can't not share it because you're so excited about it.
It's so true. It's so true. I love it. So let's talk about the mental clarity patch. What's in that?
Okay, the mental clarity patch is really, like Adam said, it helps with mental clarity. It helps with, calm down your thoughts. It can also help with confusion. There's frequencies in there that'll help you to be less confused, to help with loss of focus. There's some in there for memory, just kind of help you to be able to focus on what you need to, be able to think of what you do so that you can get more things done. There's also frequencies in there for people that have a sensitivity disorder that's going to just help their senses to just kind of calm down so that they can handle things the way that they need to. There's also frequencies in there for an inability to concentrate. And then there's other frequencies in there that will help calm excess energy, because that's what a lot of overthinking and too many thoughts and, the repetitious thoughts, and
Slow it down.
slow it down, and so that you can actually be productive. And there's frequencies in there to help people that are indecisive and that are vague. And then we also put frequencies in there to help the brain a little bit with ginkgo biloba and St. John's wort. So you're going to get the frequencies of those. So once again, we've taken, someone that has some issues with mental clarity, with confusion, with being foggy, and try to encompass the whole person and what they need so that they can actually get done what they need to if they're in school or at work, or just trying to get daily things done in their life, and just to be more calm and be able to focus.
And memory issues as well?
There's a little bit in there for memory. There's not a lot, but and as you calm everything down, you can remember things better too, because you don't have so much coming against your brain all the time with the repetition of thoughts.
Well, and then also with the iHercules that opens circulation, and that's certainly going to help with the mental clarity as well. I mean, it does
Yeah.
what you just do iHercules. So to have all of those plus iHercules in there,
Yep.
powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Donald, do we have any testimonials on the mental clarity patches?
We have one from Maureen Solomon.
Oh, good. Maureen, can you come on and give us your testimonial?
Good evening. This is Maureen Solomon. Looking forward to talk about the mental clarity eye patch. Again, because of my move, my brain was just upside down. There's so many boxes, trying to remember where what is and where to put what. And with this mental clarity eye patch, I have been able to think clearly and to remember where I put this and where I put that, and it has made a big difference. Thanks, NuXtrax, for the mental clarity eye patch, and it is truly making a big difference. God bless you all.
Thank you, Maureen. I love these things. I mean, immediate. They just work immediately. All right, let's talk. I'll tell you what my favorite one is now that you've asked.
What's your favorite patch?
Mine is stress and anxiety. And if you were to ask me, am I stressed? I would say no. I meditate, I do Tai Chi Gong, I do all these. I mean, I'm just so good to myself. But we live in toxic soup. We have all of these environmental stresses in our lives that there's so much going on stressful that we don't even acknowledge anymore. I mean, our lives are stressful. I never would have even ordered the stress patches, but I ordered the big package. There's 8 of these. You can get all 8 of them for a $5.98 package, which gives you a really good pricing on all of them. I think everybody needs all of them. It's kind of like a medicine chest right there, everything you need right there. And because you never know when somebody's gonna have an accident and need pain and inflammation, or when somebody's gonna have a trauma and need that stress and anxiety patch.
Yeah.
Not just yourself, but members of your family and your friends. It's like so easy to care for people when you have all of them. But I was shocked when I first put on the stress and anxiety patch because I felt it, and here I am going, I don't have any stress. It's like, just kind of like, whoa. It's amazing to me how good this feels.
So
And
your body was telling you that it wanted the stress and anxiety patch, so you'd put it on and it loved it.
it absolutely, absolutely. And we've got testimonials of kids who have ADD or, different behavioral problems where their parents are putting the stress patch on them and they're just calming down and getting balanced and focused, and it's like a godsend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. And it's like my friend who called me and said her cat was really sick. What patch would I put on the cat? And I'm going, I don't know. And then I thought, no, stress and anxiety. If the cat is really ill, and it was really ill, that she put a stress and anxiety patch on around her collar. And the next day she was up and running around and wanting to go outside, climbed a 6-foot fence. I mean, it was acting like a kitten because it had relieved the stress that cat was going through. I mean, this is not just for people.
Yeah.
But let's see if Donald, do we have any testimonials for the stress and anxiety patch?
We have a testimonial from Florencia. Florencia, come on.
Oh, good.
Hi, my name is Florencia. I'm 47 years old. I had anxiety, so I decided to try the iPad for stress and anxiety, and it was amazing. It's a before and after. I really used to have tightness in my chest, and that urge to eat, and you don't know why, but you want to eat things, and everything gone, disappear. Right after using the patch for half an hour, I was start feeling easier on myself, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone with anxiety. It's before and after. I did recommend it to 2 friends, and they have exactly the same experience, and one of them has severe anxiety, and she can live without now. So thank you very much. It's a miracle. Thank you.
Wow. Florencia, thank you. That was, I love hearing testimonials. I mean, because you can tell people are speaking from their heart.
Yeah.
It's not an advertisement. This is real.
Well, and how wonderful she was able to bless her friend by introducing it to her friend.
Yeah, how do you not tell everybody about this?
Yeah, that's
You-
wonderful.
You have to, and it works for everybody. These work for everybody.
Well,
Somebody,
and everybody looks at stress differently. You can have, a little 3-year-old might have stress because mom walked in the other room, or, might have stress at daycare or something. And it's just wonderful because everybody can wear them. And especially, if you have a little kid that you're going to put it on, you can always put it on their back and they won't even notice it's there, especially if you do it while they're sleeping, or when we did it on a baby, we put it on their sleeper. So there's so many wonderful ways that you can wear the patches that there's an answer for everybody.
absolutely. I'm reading the questions that are coming in. Somebody is asking, what would be the best one for PTSD?
Probably, I would say a couple of them. I would say the stress and anxiety and the mental clarity, because the mental clarity is going to help, to calm everything down too and to focus better. But the stress and anxiety, because a lot of times with PTSD, it's, you walk in someplace and there's a certain smell, or there's, you know, a situation and your body looks at it in the fight or flight, like, oh, this is similar to what happened before, I better run. And so if you wear the stress and anxiety patch all the time, you're just going to help to calm that flight down so that you can be more calm and actually deal with it. So I definitely would recommend the stress and anxiety and the mental clarity for it.
And when you put patches on, the first patch you put on the left side because energy comes in through the left. But the
Correct.
second patch, then you can put wherever you want. So
If it's the same kind, if you're going to wear multiple patches, because you can wear multiple patches, that's fine. You want to put them all on the left side next to each other. You don't want them to overlap. If you want to increase the effectiveness of the patch, then we recommend you wear two. And we recommend that you place the second one either on your right side or right on the area. So if you have, you know, a painful hip on the right side, you want to put one on your left upper body and then put one right on your right hip if you want to, or you can just put it on your upper body. Either way, it's going to work. It just really, some of it is just a preference on what makes you feel better, but you always want the first one to be on the upper left side of the body.
we found that if somebody is in extreme pain, sometimes one pain and inflammation patch isn't enough.
Yeah.
And what Jim Barnett found that if you put stress and anxiety, because if somebody's in extreme chronic pain, there's going to be a big element of stress and anxiety. So if you'd start with the stress and anxiety on the left side, and then you put the pain and inflammation where it hurts, and maybe even two, that because you need to break that pain cycle if somebody's in extreme pain.
Yeah, I would definitely wear a pain and inflammation and a stress and anxiety on the upper left side, and then put a pain patch right on the pain one. And the wonderful thing is, you know, you're not going to need two patches forever. So you're not going to be wearing these things in another year with two patches, because if you take it off, your pain's going to go right back to a 10. You're going to eventually get to the point where you're going to be able to just wear one.
Yeah,
So
you're
it's
just breaking that cycle.
Yeah, you're going to break the cycle and kind of calm everything down, and then you'll be able to go back to one. But, you know, if you're in pain, the quicker you can get rid of it, the better you are. So wearing two is just kind of a no-brainer to help that.
I just have to say, because we've got a lot of new people that have come on, and this patch does not help you biolocate. What happened? Because they were watching you go in and out like this.
Oh, no. It's
No, it's the green screen. We're trying not to move. Every time we move, we're like,
yeah, it's
but their electricity went out and they had to change to their cell phone. So I just wanted to explain that.
Yeah, so we're not doing so good on our cell phone here as we were on the computer, but there's not much we can do about it right now. It's
But you're doing great. So
well, thank you.
So we've talked about 3 of the 8. Energy. Let's talk about the energy patch.
Okay. Well, everyone can use a lot more energy. So that really helps. He's getting his hand in, but he's trying to get the computer back up. The energy patch is really great, especially if you're going to be in a meeting all day, or, you know, you have a long day at work or whatever you need. The energy will really give you your body what it needs, instead of, you know, taking a 5-hour energy or drinking an energy drink. It can really help. One of the things with the energy patch that we recommend, though, is not everybody needs to, but some people need to take it off at night or they're going to have trouble sleeping, because it is very effective with giving you energy. And the frequencies that we've added into the energy patch are frequencies of acetyl-L-carnitine, and that will really help to boost your energy. We've also put frequencies in there to help the Krebs cycle support, which is going to do a lot of different things for your body. But by giving that energy and supporting that cycle, you're going to help your cells to better function properly, which is in turn going to help you. And then it's also, we put some cell enzyme frequencies in there, and then some ginseng, and then also some ginkgo biloba again in this one, that's going to help your brain too. So if you just are lacking in energy or lethargic, or, you know, you're going to a conference, or you're going to be in a meeting all day, it's just really nice to put an energy patch on and just kind of feel invigorated and make it through your day.
I have a testimonial for the energy patch because I've been using iHercules for 4 years. I'm 75, but I have no problem with energy. And I would never have ordered it, but we were going to drive from Florida up to Tennessee to do a workshop. And so we took all the patches because we were giving everybody in the 3-day workshop some patches. And we got up at 4 a.m., Josh and I, to drive. And by 10 o'clock, we are yawning and going, oh my gosh, how are we going to stay awake? It was really dangerous. And I went, "Oh, I've got energy patches in my purse." And so I pulled out energy patches, stuck one on both of us. And in about 10, 15 minutes, we both looked at each other and went, do you feel that? And we were clear and focused and had energy and drove safely 14 hours
Wow.
because of that energy patch. So it's like amazing. And then we've got a friend who's a truck driver, and he swears by it. He says it's probably saved his life already because of being focused and aware and having the energy to drive. But he does what Adam does. He puts it on a card, he puts it in his pocket, and then about 7 o'clock at night, he takes it out and puts it back into the little sleeve to keep it safe and sound overnight. But yeah, and so many people, I mean, you never know when you're going to have a day where you're just not feeling great and you've got a gazillion things to do. Slap on an energy patch, and recharge. I love it. I love it.
Definitely. And especially, a truck driver, that's a really tough job because they're going and going, but then they're all by themselves in the truck and it gets warm and nobody to talk to a lot of times and it gets monotonous, and that's just, you can run out of energy. So that's really great to give it to someone that works that hard and is able to help them. That's a blessing.
Yeah, no kidding. Let me read a couple more of these that are coming in here. Somebody was saying, Susan was saying, so you take the energy for the day and then the sleepies on the pillow to sleep at night. And she says, I've really noticed deeper realm of sleep. Oh boy, no kidding. Well, let's talk about the sleep patches next.
Okay. The sleep patches, I absolutely love them. I used to be somebody that would lay awake for hours at night, couldn't sleep, had nothing to stay awake for. It wasn't like watching a movie or anything. And now I do the same thing. I can fall asleep in 5 minutes and sleep really deep. So the the sleep patch, like she said, you put it on your pillow and then it lasts 6 nights because you're not laying in bed all day long. So it lasts a little bit longer, but we put frequencies in there of melatonin. So your body's going to pick the right amount of frequency that it wants, because melatonin is a natural hormone that we have that helps you to be able to fall asleep. We also have frequencies in there that are going to help you to relax, unwind, get into deep sleep. And then there's the frequencies of all of the 3 different realms of sleep, so that your body can actually relax and go into all of those different stages. Because especially when you get into that 3rd stage of REM sleep, that's where your healing is. So people who don't sleep well, they have a lot of problems and don't necessarily heal as fast as they can, because sleep is really important for that. There's also some frequencies in there for insomnia. And then there's some that fights fatigue, because you can actually be too tired and not be able to fall asleep. So we wanted to put some frequencies in there that are going to help you with that and help with a proper life work balance. So there's some frequencies in to help that. And then there's also some frequencies in there of jet lag. So these are great for anybody, when you go to a hotel or something and you traveled and it takes you a couple of days to get acclimated. These are great to take with you, because it'll really help your body it'll recognize the frequencies. And instead of, oh, I'm in a different room and this is all different, your body will recognize the frequencies of the sleep patch. And, if you put them on a hotel pillow when you forget about it. You've only lost a patch if you didn't stay 3 nights. So it's not like you didn't leave a big machine there or something. And then there's also frequencies in there to help with lack of daylight, because this time of year, especially in the north of the United States and Canada, you can get really not very much daylight. And so we put some frequencies in there that help the body to adjust to lack of daylight and just to balance it more so that you have a better sleep cycle.
Awesome. That's it. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. And the jet lag thing, I wouldn't have thought of that, but you've put everything in here. This is wonderful. I love it. Do we have testimony? No, we don't. That's good. Joint pain is another one.
Yeah. That one goes hand in hand with the pain and inflammation. It's just really, it's a really nice patch that people just love.
Well, that's the one I use. I have bone on bone in my hips, and because of iHercules and I don't have inflammation, I can walk with no pain. But the joint pain one gives me more mobility.
Yeah.
So what's in that one? How's that different? People are always asking me, how does pain and inflammation differ from joint pain? And it's like, go ahead, you answer it.
Well, some of the frequencies are a little bit alike. Like we put the TENS frequencies in there again, just like the pain and inflammation. But, your body's just going to utilize as much or as little as it wants. So it's still fine if you use the joint and the pain and inflammation together. What we also have in there is frequencies that are going to help to reduce trauma. Because if you've had an illness or an accident or something, your body can have trauma. And so it's going to help. If you had a surgery, your body can have trauma. So this is going to help to relieve the trauma and help you with it. Then there's also the frequencies of rose quartz in there. There's just something, about the gemstones and the different quartz that are just really healing to the body. So we put some of those in, put some malic acid, which really helps your joints. And then we also put garnet in there, which really helps. But one of the things that really, I believe, helps our joint patch to stand out from anything else besides the iHercules is that we also put some frequencies in there for nanobacterium. And that really differs from the pain and inflammation patch too, because a lot of times you can have bacteria and toxins in your joints, and that can be causing the issues. And so we put some frequencies in there to help with that so that it helps you to feel better and get more response.
That is so brilliant. And I didn't even know this about the nanobacteria that actually eat the cartilage.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got it covered. Yay. Hey, Donald, do we have any testimonials on joint pain?
It looks like we have one from Elizabeth.
Oh, good. Come on, Elizabeth, let's hear it.
Hi, my name's Elizabeth, and I've been using NuXtrax products religiously since September 2022. I started out with the iHercules, and I take it religiously every day still. It has been amazing. The newest offering from NuXtrax are these patches. And this one, they come in different formulations, and it has the iHercules formulation in it, but then they add something else. And this one is, this one's for joint pain. And this one, I can just stick that little sticker right on my knee. And it's amazing because I bathe a lot, I take showers, I take baths, and the sticker stays on for the 3 days, no problem. Sometimes I'll just leave them on until they fall off. Right? Figure get all the good vibes out of it that I can. But this thing's amazing. You got to give it a try.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Sally, I've had a lot of people say that they just leave them on until they fall off. What do you say to that?
That's fine. I would put a new one on every 3 days, leave the old one on. That way you're maximizing the frequency that you get from it.
I mean, it just doesn't go for 3 days and then it's done.
Yeah, it doesn't go from 100 to 0 in 3 days. But you want to keep it at 100 or more. So you want to replace one every 3 days, but leave the old one on is fine.
How many patches can you use at a time?
As many as you want. It really just is a personal preference. There's no magic number that says, well, you should only use a couple of them, or you can use a lot of them. If your body has the energy that it doesn't want, it just doesn't utilize it. And there's enough energy in all the different patches for your body to pick and choose. So you really can't overdo it by wearing too many of them. You can wear as many as you want to.
How do you know that it just lasts for 3 days?
It's based on a doctor that I used to work with, and he had some machinery that's far more involved than what anything that I have. And he did some testing on it, and he's the one that determined that. And I worked with him for a while and just kind of picked up on what he did, and then kind of took it and went even farther. But we've just, because our patches are real similar to his, except the frequencies are a little different, but the makeup is the same as far as the substrate and the bottom layer and all that. And we find from using it with ourselves and clients and customers and, distributors, that people really notice a difference in about 3 days.
You
And
want
it can vary. If, when I put them on, a small baby, they last longer than 3 days. If you have someone that's severely overweight, maybe 400 or 500 pounds, they probably might not last 3 days. You might have to put them on a little bit sooner. So you kind of just, 3 days is a guide to keep it at 100% and to continue to change them. But it's okay to modify that down if you need to, especially if someone's in the beginning of wearing them and they need them more often. It's not a big deal to add them every other day.
We had somebody give a testimonial on my program the other day where she put patches on a tree that was sick, and the tree
Oh, that's interesting. I've not heard that one, but it doesn't surprise me.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So why wouldn't it?
Well, and trees are full of energy that takes the grounding energy. So a long time ago, I used to do when I did some of my energetic testing, I did laser treatments on people, and every once in a while that laser would kick back and hit me, and I would immediately feel sick because they were their frequencies, not mine. And I would just go hug a tree, and you could just feel that. I mean, the trees are our friends, and they're just glorious. So it's just wonderful. That I'll have to try that one. I've not tried it.
I know. I thought you'd be interested in that. And
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm a tree hugger too.
People think you're weird until you have them try it, and then they're hooked.
I know it. I know it. We've got 2 more to talk about. Let's talk about, and I was really skeptical about this one, weight management and appetite suppressant. Huh. I lost 2 pounds like the first couple days I put on a weight management one. So let's talk about that, because that's got amazing results and amazing testimonials.
Yeah, well, you don't have to be an overeater to, have a weight issue. And that's why we call it the metabolism boost appetite suppressant, because it helps, it can help speed up your metabolism. It can help with your appetite, with cravings. So this one has the frequencies of the accelerate in it. So it not only has the iHercules, but it has the accelerate, which is really helpful. And then there's some frequencies that are going to help your body to assist in breaking down the fat and mobilization. So that's going to help you to metabolize your food better and to help increase your metabolism. Then there's some frequencies for energetic balance. And then some of everyone's favorites lately is Garcinia cambogia. There's some frequencies in there. There's some green tea extract. And then there's also some red raspberry frequencies in there, because red raspberry is actually a hormone stabilizer. And if your hormones get all out of whack, it can really cause metabolism issues and weight gain. So we wanted to put some frequencies in there that are going to help stabilize your hormones too, to some extent. And then there's a pH balance in there, some frequencies for that, because when you are too acidic, that's not good. And then, your body will hang on to more things than it should. And then some of the really cool things that I like is frequencies in there for emotional eating and cravings, because so many people have, we're emotional eaters, and we had a bad day, let's go out and get an ice cream. And so we want to help to stop those cravings and that emotional eating, and just to kind of balance you down. So it's, I'm eating because I'm hungry and I need the nutrition, not because I'm trying to fill a void in my system. And then there's also some frequencies of enzymes, because enzymes are really important to take digestive enzymes when you eat. And so we put some frequencies in there of the enzymes to help your food not only metabolize and work, but also to be able to break it down properly so it leaves your system and you get the nutrients from it.
Wow. You've thought of everything, and and people are loving this patch. We've got some people that have lost a lot of weight, and some that, I could lose a little bit, but I don't really, I'm not. I lost a lot of weight when I first started with iHercules, but I think everybody needs to have those patches for holidays. When you get together and you have meal after meal after meal and dessert after dessert, it makes sense to do that. So Donald, do we have some testimonials on the weight management patch?
It looks like we have one from Maria again. Maria,
good.
if you join us.
Hi, Maria.
Hello, my name is Maria Gould. I'm from British Columbia, Canada, and I just wanted to share my testimonial about the weight loss and suppressant patch from NuXtrax. I have been on a journey of eating healthy, but I do find that I slide back and self-sabotage myself and start eating badly. And these patches really help me get control again. So they help me stick to eating properly and eating well. And I do find that I eat less when I have my patches on. So thank you, NuXtrax. Thank you, iPatch. I love them. I do recommend them. Get yours today. All right.
She's so cute. Thank you, Maria. All right. Got another question here. What would help hypothyroidism? What patch would you recommend for that?
To start out with, I would probably recommend the metabolism boost and the pain and inflammation, and possibly the stress and anxiety, because thyroid is a hormone, and when you're under stress, your hormones can be all out of whack. Sleep is another one. So there's just so many that they all work together and just really help, because if you're getting the proper sleep and you're not stressed out and you're just doing the things you should do and it helps your body, you're going to notice a difference.
Okay. We've got a number of people that are asking the question, how do you put frequencies in these things?
It's a frequency generator. It's a special machine that actually will put the frequencies in there. We have a Faraday cage, which we put the patches in that, and it contains them. And then it basically sends frequency signals to the Faraday cage, and that imprints them into the patches, because the patch has on the top layer, there's a little metallic substrate in there that is designed to hold the frequency. It's a holographic disc actually, and it's designed to hold the frequencies, and they just all work together. And then the bottom layer is the Band-Aid so that it stays on you really well. But that's how basically in a nutshell, how we get frequencies in there.
Thank you. That was great. And the very last one, and this one is iHercules plus electronic chatter protection. Would you talk about that? Because man, we live in a soup of electronic chatter, and most of us have no clue. I was really surprised when I first tried this patch, because I thought, I've got protection devices on everything in my house. Thought I probably wouldn't notice a difference. You know what? Wrong. What's in this? Talk about electronic chatter. That's, we've got so much going on, but people just aren't aware
Yeah. That's why people love going to the beach, walking through the sand, hearing the ocean, because it's such good frequency. Walking in a meadow, people just think it's the atmosphere that they like. They're not realizing that it's the frequency and the energy that they like. And so what the electronic chatter protection is doing is just helping you to balance that out. This is a really good one to give to people and have them determine if they can feel it. Almost everybody we've given this to and had them try, they felt it. And what Adam and I like to do is when we go to conferences and stuff, we'll actually give people these frequencies, because when you're in a conference, you have all the lights and everybody has their cell phones, and you're in Wi-Fi and you're in, metal buildings, and people really feel drained. And so between the energy patch and this electronic chatter really can get you through a lot better, because what we've done is we've put some frequencies in there that are going to balance your yin and yang, which it vitalizes your chi. It's going to help to open up your meridians, which are your energetic pathways in your body. And when those are open, that just lets everything flow properly. There's also some frequencies in there that will help you become more attuned with nature. So when you don't have time to walk on the beach or walk in a meadow, you can still have that same feeling and be more one with nature. That will really help you. And then there's frequencies in there that are going to help you to balance your chakras. And when you get your chakras balanced and open, and that helps your healing, that helps your energy, that helps your meridians to be open. And then once again, we have some of the gems. We have diamond, onyx, amazonite, which removes blockages, and it's very grounding, has some grounding energy in it. So that's going to help you. Hops bush, which helps with the excess energy and the scattered energy, so that it stays away from you instead of trying to come closer to you, all that negative energy. And that helps to reestablish a natural, healthy flow. And it also helps bring into balance with the natural rhythm of the earth. It also, there's some things, like microwaves, UV lights, that type of thing. We also have some frequencies in there that are going to block those and help you detox from that. Also some frequencies that are going to harmonize the wood and the earth elements, and then some geopathic stress, which is going to help to relieve things. A lot of people don't realize that you can actually have geopathic stress from the earth. You can have ley lines. And if you're actually sleeping on a ley line, or your couch is on a ley line that you're on all day long, that can really influence you. And they're unseen, and most people don't even know about them. So there's frequencies in there that are really going to help to bring balance to your life and harmony.
Brilliant. Just brilliant. Yeah, most people don't know about ley lines, and you thought of everything. I love these patches. We are at the top of the hour. Boy, that went fast.
It sure did.
Whew. I am so grateful for you and Adam, who has totally disappeared. No, there he is.
No, I'm trying not to disappear behind the green screen.
He was trying to make the video better, so he just moved out of the camera. He's been here the whole time.
Well, you two are just delightful. I'm just so impressed with both of you and your knowledge and what all you've put into these. And it just makes me want to stick them all on,
Well, it's
I'm sure
definitely got the
everybody feels that way
inspiration that's helped us.
Yeah. And if you're not using these patches, call the person that shared this video with you, LYN Live, and go back to them, because they are, and they'll answer the rest of your questions and help you get them. You can buy all of them, all 8 of them, in a $5.98 package. If you just want one, they're $89 plus shipping. And I think you get 4 in a package for $2.99 as well. Or you can pick, you can pick and choose what you want. But this is the next generation for health. This is the best of the best of the best. This is quantum technology at the finest. Who needs drugs and supplements, and when you can either spray plants or stick on a patch? This is what we've been waiting for. In my 50 years in natural healing and energy medicine, this is what I've been waiting for. And this is what I can't shut up about. I have told everybody, you come close to me, you'll hear about this. And, I think those of us that are using these, it's like we're the first generation of these. It's our responsibility to share this, to tell people about it, to let them know that there are clean, natural solutions for our health and well-being. So Sally and Adam, thank you so much for tonight. Thank you, everybody that joined us.
You're welcome. We're so blessed to be able to share this with everybody, and we're blessed at how many testimonials you have, and even all of them that we haven't heard of. We just know it just warms our heart how many people that we're helping.
We're very thankful for NuXtrax and all the distributors out there that are helping the patches get to the people that they need to be. That's extremely important. So let's go out there and change some lives.
Absolutely. Let's go out and change some lives. Blessings, everybody. And know that there are programs on lynlive.com almost every night of the week, and some nights more too. Just like tonight was 2, tomorrow, Wednesday. I have a program at 8:00 Eastern time, and then I'm doing a masterclass tomorrow night at 9:00 on the 8 pillars of health. So keep coming back, bring your friends, share. Blessings, everybody. Good night now.
Good night.